me nah sell out. Them try clip we wings, somehow we can't fly out. But when we there a yard, nothing nice like Jamaica. Roast breadfruit and banana. Under the tree with a glass of lemonade. Jumping at the river when me ready for bed. No boy can't buy me out. Me no foreign minded, no you compared to Jamaica. Jamaica love, we wanna feel Jamaica love. Everybody wanna visit Jamaica. Jamaica love, Jamaica. Jamaica love, we wanna see Jamaica love. The one that represent the citizens of Jamaica. Jamaica love, Jamaica. Represent where you born. Too enough hurricane and star. From the crime rate job, me no matter about tax man, still a hustler than a guan. Jamaican have the link to the link. They connect Canadian, American, England. Make sure say when they are foreign and a hustle, mama visit Western Union. Don't make we build up with foundation. All the hard man them fear of ambition. Don't flash out all the money back. SSP, NEC, guns and ammunition. Real Jamaican no show me you want. No matter which part of the world where you stand. Me no matter what them want say about Jamaica, me sing it out loud, come proud to be one. Jamaica love, we wanna feel Jamaica love. Everybody wanna visit Jamaica. Jamaica love, Jamaica. Jamaica love, we wanna see Jamaica love. The one that represent the citizens of Jamaica. Jamaica love, Jamaica. Pick up the youth we are wearing car glass. Youth we are trying always to come last. Don't give up, don't give up. Jimmy Cliff tell them many rivers to cross. Help out your sister if she get lost. Don't turn your face to the grass and pass. Show love to the elders. Respect you, can them pave the way in the past. Some man want like say them better than people. Through them a drive a one vehicle. Vanity make them move evil. It's easier for a camel pass through the eye of the eagle than the rich because sit down in a heaven and bitch. That now any of me ever hungry again, me a walk and look back. Every aki tree me a serve. Jamaica love, we wanna feel Jamaica love. Peace. Everybody wanna visit Jamaica. Jamaica love, Jamaica. Jamaica love, we wanna see Jamaica love. The one that represent the citizens of Jamaica. Jamaica love, Jamaica. Me love Jamaica, me nah sell out. Them try clip we wings, somehow we can't fly out. Me day in a me yard, nothing nice like Jamaica. Selfish and banana. Under the tree with a glass of lemonade. Jumping at the river when me ready for bed. No boy can't buy me out. Me no foreign minded, no way compared to Jamaica. Jamaica love, we wanna feel Jamaica love. Everybody wanna visit Jamaica. Jamaica love, Jamaica. Jamaica love, we wanna see Jamaica love.
Yes, good night, my Facebook family and friend. Welcome to another episode of My Perspective. I'm Sean Falcon, your host. Tonight's a new night, new week. Hope that you're able to join us. You know, go already. I tell you, boy, I almost missed my show tonight, you know. I tell you, they were sleep, sweet more time, boy. You get caught up, you know. But it's all good. I'm here, and for sure. Oh, blessing, Leroy. Big up yourself, Courtney. Yes, my boss. Victory was a must. But tonight, you know, I say, you know, we're going to make sure we are a recap tonight. I bring up my friend and partner in crime, you know, Mr. Aubrey Campbell, to just give back our views on the election results and give our foresight. Maybe some profit or profit, but just giving some overview on what how Jamaica should be progressing forward, both the government and the opposition going on for the next 4 years. Because this election was a bitter blow. Well, let me add my friend, Mr. Aubrey Campbell, to the stage. Good night, Aubrey. How are you?
Good evening, Mr. Sean. How are you, sir?
I'm good, my brother. I'm happy. How are you? How you been? How has been your week so far?
So far so good. Listening to the comments, the criticisms, the commentaries,
Yes.
Trying to take in real time and in real terms,
Mm-hmm.
the post mortem from the election of last week, and a very interesting reset. And
Yes.
Jamaica and the Jamaicans are, at the proverbial threshold, the crossroads of development. And
Right. Right.
the question that we're gonna be trying to analyze or understand for the next couple of minutes is, um, truth or dare. The majority, Jamaicans voted,
Right.
and now the majority must have, the will of the majority and must be respected.
Correct.
But what will and how will that respect be manifested, or be espoused and encouraged by
Mm-hmm.
the new administration? So yeah, that's where we are. Thanks, Sean.
Yes, sir. We're at that cross stream. But before I even go back into there, my viewers on Facebook, YouTube, and I must welcome Aubrey at Facebook page. We're supposed to be going where myself and Aubrey are putting something new, exciting offers. I mean, Caribbean Hub, maybe October 1st, we're planning something, start something new. So, stay tuned for that. Courtney and company will be looking to launch. We can't give away too much right now, right, Aubrey? I would just keep building, correct?
Yes.
Until that day.
Yeah,
But
understanding dynamics that presents itself through,
yes,
IT, and the digital space.
right,
We're going to be putting together a platform that will engage, encourage, inspire, and offer, some things to some people.
correct. Some
Yeah.
things are people. I will add that to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's going to be a new road down the road for both of us and a crew that we are building. So we say more down the road. We say definitely more. But before I want to go into the Jamaica part, I just want to touch something on the international news where there are some sad things developing right now around the world, and I have to speak on before I go. And Aubrey can maybe add something to it if you want to add. The first thing is where I'm looking at this new world order that China and Russia are trying to establish, and now I see where Russia sent some drones over Poland and do a shutdown by the Poland government, and so the reaction, from my perspective, is not good. I believe that Russia started to really, let me call it Mr. Putin, he's my leader. He started to act very irrational and thinking in the process. And then another matter, I'm really saddened about is now where Israel continued this bombardment of Hamas soldiers. They went and bombed a hotel in Qatar. Yes, bomb a hotel in Qatar. Killed five couple soldiers. The Hamas group said it was just small fry, small people that they killed, but it's someone they killed. And from my perspective, with these two instances, it seems like leaders of the world. I'm not going to try to. I'm not going to try to defend the position. I'm just trying to say that the leaders of the world today, the regard for human life is limited. It's unlimited, and it's quite clear that these leaders will go at any extent to extinct another person's or take out whatever lives they need or send a signal that they're dominant, especially Putin. He has he's going at a level where it's like he's uncontrollable right now, especially when he has sent his find new friends in terms of Russia, I mean China, and now I think South Korea, North Korea, one of those countries he's formed alliance with. And so I am saying to myself that listen, it's going to become a time where America will not have no choice. It's quite clear he's playing with Donald Trump. No respect Donald Trump. He doesn't respect America. He will kind of do whatever needs to be done. I could say about the Israel leader. The much of Donald Trump asks for peace and asks him to negotiate, the leader still does what he wants to do. Israel leader has some justification, but come on. At what extent you going to continue bombing and killing innocent people and all that? And that's where I give my perspective on these two critical issues. And the last thing I want to talk about is this gentleman. He was assassinated, Kirk. I think his name is Kirk. It's a Kirk, conservative.
Charlie
Kirk. He was there at an open meeting with some college or university, and someone asked him the question: do you think that there was too much mass shooting? And when he answered the question, pop, he was shot cold blood, shot in hindsight right in the public domain. And this is a concern actually for Donald Trump. My question is this a signal? Is this a time? Is it just a time? I'm not sure. You want to add anything before we move into our main segment? Do you want anything? I just mentioned the three items I just talked about. Do you want to say anything about them before we move into our main segment?
Yeah, Sean, just from where I am observing the developments, I mean, to say that a new world order has emerged or is emerging is really an understatement. Context by recent developments. The president of these United States, Donald Trump, invited and met with the president of the Soviet Union, Russia,
Right.
Vladimir Putin,
Right.
on United States soil, and then shook hands and was buddy and everything, and we figured that a breakthrough on this war of 3 years going could be imminent, given that singular gesture on red carpet on U.S. soil.
Right.
And only to be upstaged days later by, in my view, a more powerful show of power and politics with Russia, China, and Korea meeting, and that show, that spectacle, that show of my goodness. And so my honest political science 101 conclusion is that the NATO alliance is really in trouble.
It's a NATO. It's a NATO.
Yeah, the NATO, the North Atlantic Treaties Organization that brings those powers together as a guardian of peace, quote unquote, / war. What the meeting of Russia, Korea, and China is saying is that the US has lost a step in how it polices issues and concern and conflict globally.
Correct. That's true. Correct.
Yeah.
And so leaders of the world have lost respect for
the
United States in terms of how it leads in conflict and issues around the world.
Serious times ahead.
Yes. In my final word with on these topics, this treating and discuss is that it's just that the world is going to a phase right now, and the world leaders always contribute to the world phase. And based on what's going on in Russia,
Mm. And
Israel, and President Trump, it shows that
yeah,
arterial
and
leadership, is just not
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not what the world needs right now.
Mm. And Sean, just picking up on the commentaries since this evening,
Mm-hmm.
context by today's political assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Understand, look at what you're seeing. Look at the optics of it.
Yes.
Yeah, you see how the media is playing on his relationship with this
Mm-hmm.
administration.
Yes.
He was tossing out hats signed and emblazoned by
Mm-hmm.
the MAGA signal, "Make
Right.
America Great Again."
Right.
So now, now with the events as they are unfolding, is
Right.
it a case of making America hate again, or making America great again?
Yes. It can be
Question.
both. I don't know what it,
My
I
gosh. Yeah.
it's troubling times. It's troubling times. It's very
Troubling.
troubling
Troubling.
times.
Unprecedented. And
Unprecedented.
unprecedented.
And
Yeah.
we will be seeing a lot of things taking place down the road, and
Mm,
that's what's going on.
mm.
Anyway, enough said about the world news and what's going on around the world. What we are here, as I said, to really recap on is the election results of Jamaica, and I will give you the first opportunity to give your perspective, and then we go into something that needs to be done. And hear your thoughts on the results. I will add my thoughts as you lead, and I will follow tonight, sir.
But Sean, I have not really delved into the man in the street comments and concerns regarding
Mm-hmm.
the election results. I think as we speak today, I
Right.
think the JLP has gained an additional seat, so it's now
Yeah.
35-28. Am I correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Or
Correct.
still 20? Right,
35,
right.
28.
And
What
and
35,
and
28
as
the
we
final count? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. And I know there is still some magisterial matters still lingering somewhere,
Yeah,
because
possibly. I think they have done. I think
on the
both. I think most parties the PMP is considered some magistrate recount based on
Mm,
some events that they are saying that suspect that there was some voter suppression and vote buying and all. But we can talk about those things when we go along. Mm-hmm.
absolutely, absolutely. And so, as I said in my opening comments,
Mm.
um, Jamaicans have spoken through the ballot boxes
Right.
uh, last Wednesday, September 3.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're at a stage now where the will of the majority must be
Right.
respected. But
Mm-hmm.
then, even while we're saying that,
Mm-hmm.
I want to context that
Mm-hmm.
by putting some asterisks
Mm-hmm.
under that, underlined and asterisk, because
Mm-hmm.
there are questions and concerns as to how did I use we
Mm-hmm.
guardedly, how did we
Right.
get there,
Right.
to the point where serious questions and
Mm-hmm.
and, 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 and and obviously challenges to what the results from Wednesday. We know that there's always the joke across
Right.
Jamaica
Mm-hmm.
at election time about
Right.
voting early and voting
Right.
often,
Right. And and
and
and,
we know.
and I know that they're asking, but you see, you made a point right there, and I will add to your point. The will of the people have spoken. Couple things still. Good night, Mark. The man not give them 20% rate. Yeah, Pasha give back the money. um, but the thing about with this election is that a whole lot of people have spoken. And a couple of things that I highlighted was there's still low voters turnout. That's what like 39% of the population came out and voted.
39.1.
Right. 39.1% came out and voted. Second, and I talk about that often. I think Jamaica needs to understand that with the population growth, they have to maybe look at possible extending, maybe doing 2 days of voting. Because once again, there was a complaint about long lines at the time when time of close at 5 o'clock. But the last stated clearly that if you're in line at 5 o'clock, you must stay in the line until you vote.
Yeah, you shouldn't be turned away.
Shouldn't be turned away
in the line at 5 o'clock.
Right, and also that they're saying that some people, there was this complaint from the PNP that there were some people who wouldn't get a chance. There was just this observation company called Cafe said that people were turned away at 5 o'clock from some of the centers. Now the ECJ has clearly denied that fact that took place about voters being turned away at 5 o'clock, or centers being closed at 5 o'clock. And so the ECJ has been asking Cafe to provide proof and evidence, or we send that statement that they said, which is quite fair at ECJ to ask. But my thing is this, Aubrey, at this stage of the game, I think Jamaica needs to also look at moving to improve the electoral system in terms of how people can vote, and also providing technology in hand to voting. Big up myself, Mark. I was speaking to Mark. Mark said, Mark was thinking of the box about I made him can't start vote by texting. I said, Mark, that's a big problem there. But one of my pet peeves is that they're still counting the ballot boxes by hand and manual. And I'm saying they need to move to where maybe a 2-day voting system, also having persons have electoral vote where they can collect data and upload same time and then count the ballots right away. Because Jamaica can provide, because the population is 2.5 million, so they can invest in technology. I want to hear your feedback about it, Aubrey, because you mentioned about the couple days voting.
Just from what I am observing, I'm a little lost and pardon the expression, because the observer mission,
right,
that was on the island for upwards of 4, maybe a week prior to the day of the elections, from the Organization of American States, OAS.
Right.
That observer mission comprised, I think, 23 persons from 16 countries who are members of CARICOM, I think.
Right.
Headed by the former Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Dr. Kenny Anthony. And Anthony's summation of the actual election day points to something that has been happening for quite a while now in Jamaica, the coming of age of the electorate, a sense of maturity, in that at the end of the day, you are a Jamaican. Right. Don't care who you vote for, what political side you wake up on the morning of election. At the end of the day, when the dust settles and the counts are finalized, you are a Jamaican. And so their report spoke to the maturity of the Jamaican electorate in 2025. Right. Kudos. Yeah. Right. But there are some troubling undercurrents which didn't get the robust reporting from the national media. Right. Because it is disheartening to hear that voters were turned away, that th- th- there were otherwise heavy police presence in some areas that
Right,
intimidated workers and all that stuff. That's just not
right,
good, you know.
right.
So, but let me say this though, that
Mhm.
if what is being reported is true,
Right,
there are efforts afoot to bring electioneering and voting online, online, inline, online, inline kind of thing. So we
right.
may not be far away from that day.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm all for change, and this is what my the Jamaican people and a person like ECJ, they they have gotten millions of them, millions, and let's call it billions in dollars to do prepare for election and all that, and they have been getting good
Right.
support for the government. And I've said this to my people, I've said this to my friends in the 85 group that um, we need to make sure that the electoral system is clean and fair. And Mark and big of yourself, Toad. Yes, Toad. You know, Toad, just being idea, there's 2.5 million in the population. But how much of them are really eligible to vote? And that's where I think that ECJ should start cleaning the voters. Because me, there's dead people on it. Me, sir. There are new people, young people, and that and that. And I believe that they need to start from cleaning up that list, the ECJ. Secondly, they need to not bring in new technology where they can capture the actual voters' vote, if you understand what I'm saying, without them taking this paper, fold and drop down a box and ballot box. The ballot box must be only a convenience. You understand that? That's when they do their voting, electronic, maybe online or whatever, it is recorded, possible to mail into. It is automatically recorded, and that information is done live feed. You understand me? And so the electorate, when the ECJ can make those changes, then the electorate become more mature in how to doing their business. And also,
One of
when
the
you talk
challenge.
about doing business, you're talking about now the entire country operating in a different mode in terms of the election.
One of the challenges facing countries the size and scope of a Jamaica is the level of level the yeah the level of infrastructure development that where they are presently and what's in the pipeline in another 4 or 5 years. I'm saying
Right.
that to say that Jamaica does not enjoy the best digital hardware and infrastructure at the moment. In the cities, in the towns and townships, maybe, but Jamaica is more rural than urban, and we know where the resources stop because they're going to tell you it is scarce,
Right.
and so where you don't have roads and where you don't
Yes.
have water after
Yes.
63 years of independence,
Yes.
where is the digital infrastructure, the
Right.
IT platforms that
Right.
will be able to get you to a seamless election day, voting on election day? That can be a far-fetched situation, even in 2025.
Right. And I agree 100% with the digital platform. And you are saying that. And this is why I will say this word, and I'm going to say that these so-called communication companies, they come to Jamaica. Yes, we understand that they come to make money, profit. But at the same time, they rape our people. And when I use this word, people might feel some I'm being very vulgar, maybe in a reason word rape. When I put it clearly.
No. It's a decent
They
word to use
come,
in this
they come,
context.
they come, they build, but they don't expand. They don't go into the hills, the valleys, expand their services. They don't help the development of Jamaica in terms of digitalization, as you say, my brother Aubrey. Right? And so, with that infrastructure lacking, as I said, it's going to be a challenging time for me
Oh
and
yeah,
ECJ to implement the digital thing.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
my thing is this, and I would recommend if you Derek had big mouth Darren Val, loud mouth Darren Val, like him when he bark him, if he's a mouth loud than everybody else. I wouldn't talk him if he said, yeah, things will happen. But Darren Val, as Minister of Communication and whatever he is right now, transportation, he must be telling these telecommunication come expand quickly, invest quickly, because they're in the country making billions of dollars from us, from the people. And the people of Jamaica deserve better quality service. So if they can expand with the 3-4, they must come with a strategic plan to expand the digitalization of Jamaica right to the country. And so maybe ECJ cannot piggyback on that expansion. But if Mr. Vasquez for these telecommunication come to move fast, I don't know. What can we expect?
And as much as the pre-election polling showed a dead even race,
Right.
plus or minus 3 percentage point difference, which is a dead heat.
Right.
The results did catch some folks by surprise. You know.
When you say surprise in terms of what, Aubrey? In terms when you say so, you gotta be clear. When you say surprise, what do you mean by surprise? I gotta be sure.
Outcome. Surprise in a 35-28 margin for the Jamaica Labour Party.
Are you saying it was supposed to be the other way around, the flip side?
Because the going in, the folks were of the opinion that with that being a dead heat going in, the swing votes would swing in favor of the opposition, People's National Party.
And then I got what you're saying, but once again, there was another poll done, I think by the same person. They said, I think what Dan Anderson said that the momentum was in the Jamaica Labour Party favor. And listen, months back there was this program, and I saw it back on the social media where Dr. Chan predicted that they will get 35 seats. And let me say this: is it Dr. Chan? He has, as General Secretary for Jamaica Labour Party, he has done his science very particular and very unique in terms of when he's going to win. While data was saying they will be like up to 40 seats or more based on what, but Dr. Chan said they will win by 35 seats. He predicted that 35 seats, and he won 35 seats. So yes, the polls done and the polls and Blue Dot polls can say all these things about who's singing or who have more popularism or who love the Prime Minister more. But the bottom line is that Dr. Chan has done his work in terms of what areas, we consider was in trouble and what he was expecting. And so my thing is this, the PNP, they got a big blow, because and we can move into that discussion where the PNP went wrong. But the PNP, from my perspective, the messaging was the biggest issue for me personally. And based on what I was following online, maybe what I was following online, a lot of maybe be a labor right on my social media platform, apart from Mark. I think it was that Mark. But I don't remember that Errol Walters. But the messaging, the people complaining was totally poor from the PNP. What are your thoughts about the PNP failure to go past the winning post again?
No, yeah. Well, their manifesto was put under the microscope, and that segment or section where they were seeming to pander to the diaspora, Jamaicans overseas, for some level of representation, did not seem to go over well. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't, and there are those diehard socialist members of the opposition People's National Party, socialists, as we refer to them fraternally, who were of the opinion that the party as a unit has lost some political steps in the last 15-20 years. Yeah, and a lot of the blame they seem to be resting on the head and shoulders of the opposition leader Mark Golding, and the ranking member Peter Bunting. Folks are of the opinion that 1-2 tandem was not in step with the reality, with the groundations, the groundings of the socialist and loving People's National Party of the post Manley era, and so they think that they suffered a loss and there.
Yeah, and I agree with that. To say, to the people that have light and water telecom and voting online is the least of people's problem. Well, you're right, not too. But people that have light and water for 18 years and more, the voting online will be obsolete to them. But at the same time, in order for us to improve the electorate thinking and maturity, we still have to try improve the system. So we avoid the long lines, we avoid the elderly, CS people, old people on some line and walking still in a hot sun, I don't think for an hour or more. That's what we're looking at. But going back to your argument, you want to say something, Aubrey?
Yeah, no, just while you're commenting on the observation from the listener, what would be interesting post election is to see is to look at the makeup of that 60% the electorate that didn't vote. Who are they?
1 minute. Well, I will go to that in a minute. But to answer your question about Marky G and Bunting, the 1-2 punch there, my thing is that they were in opposition for 9 years. 9 years. And the PNP, as I said, they were the party for people. The party that love the poor. Portia, when she was PM, she said she loved the poor. And then things she doing it for the poor. And that's all she won in 2011. She went in the camp that she loved the poor. She went. And when Mark G took over, he went on a different campaign in terms of saying, attack the Prime Minister on the ICC report, whatever, personal life, everything. And the PNP didn't come with a plan strategy in all best. They were going to win back, the electorate back to their side. Right. The negative campaign is what they use to try to win back election without even having a proper plan. They came at 3.5. But it was screwed for once the people, and some people will be left behind. They came with policies that the JP had in mind already. That they were going to use, build more houses, give first generation free tuition to university and all that. So a couple of things were making sense. But the majority of the things that they were doing was cloning. And that's where the PNP got to go back to the grassroots. And I say this, socialism and capitalism can't exist. They can coexist. For once, they keep in a fiscal discipline, proper accountability, avoid corruption, and meeting the demands and needs of the people. And like how Robert said, people want light and water, provide them light and water. People want houses, provide the houses. That's the mantra, that's the mandate that both parties should live by. People want jobs, provide the jobs.
Yeah. in 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 this post-mortem situation, looking at
Mhm.
the after effects,
Right.
the cause and effect of the election.
Right.
I am interested to find out
Mhm.
what swung the opinion of the voter
Mhm.
giving the JLP a third term, and it may not be a hard thought,
Right.
because within the last 9 months coming into
Mhm.
September,
Yes.
the JLP announced a raft of programs and projects and developments.
Achievements. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, that in my view, if I
Mhm.
was a fence sitter politically,
Mhm.
I would have gone over on that side,
Right.
because that school bus thing,
Right. Oh boy.
giving
What that about? All right,
giving
please.
giving parents the opportunity to see a 60% savings per day, per week, per
Mhm.
month in bus fares for the
Right.
child to go to school. In my view, that is major.
Yes.
That is a political ploy that I think gave them that little bit of a hump
Right.
over the PNP as opposition.
Right.
Because here I am saying that
Mhm.
if the JLP
Right.
can find it in their budget to
Right.
do all the make all those announcements, and there's
Mhm.
funding put aside to carry them through.
Right.
We know that when governments change, it
Mhm.
takes 3 years for them to for them to get back into step.
Right.
And by year 4,
Mhm.
it's time to start the campaign to get yourself back to the power. And we
Right.
know that since 1963,
Mhm.
Jamaicans have gone to the polls 18 times
Wow.
to change the government.
18 times.
18 times.
Mm.
And I will say without reference, without malice or without any ill will, that
Mm.
all we have been doing is swapping the black dog for the
Mm.
monkey.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Ari, that's a strong word.
They come
Swapping the
in,
black dog for the monkey. Why you say that, my brother? Explain. Because just give me just give me a quick sum. Why you say that? Tell me.
how much progress have we achieved as a nation since
Mm.
1963?
How much progress?
How much progress?
And that's why it's a swapping the black dog for the
Yeah,
monkey.
yeah. Because governments come in, and instead of building on the foundation that they get, they tear it down, rip it apart, and start over. By the time they get to where it, by the time they get to where it was, if they do, it's
Mm.
then to ask for another mandate, and sometimes they don't get it, and so you keep repeating and reinventing every 5 years. How do you move forward?
And let me say this, and I agree 100%. And that's why I keep. I am not a fan of politicians because I said the
Okay,
politicians have kept our people in political oppression.
my
Have keep
goodness.
our develop our infrastructure and development of people in oppression for years. Because
So
one
now,
thing you say that.
so now you're accusing a government of selling out to
Mhm.
the Chinese and
Yes,
selling out to whoever and selling out to the highest bidder.
yes,
But how else when we as a people with land of wood and water
mm.
not producing, or don't want to get our hands dirty in producing? How do you keep an economy open?
Wow, strong words, and I can't disagree with that,
Yeah,
and I cannot
yeah.
disagree with that. Because once again, when the political land change, it takes another 3 4 years.
Mm,
And so,
mm.
you
You
know,
you you complain you complain that they're building hotels and taking away the beaches,
mhm,
but then you have the land arable agricultural friendly, sitting there, and no one
Right.
wants to farm.
Everybody want on scammer. Shut up. Instead. And
And so,
but you know what?
brother,
You know what?
it's a catch. It's a catch-22, politically and economically, and until we understand where it's at, then
Yes.
I don't think that our elected officials are going to be any better off.
Well, let me say this emphatically. I was on a nationwide, give nationwide some credit for this, and I see where the interview former Prime Minister Bruce Golding, although I don't know why he didn't come with this thought, and I said already on this show, on my perspective, that it's time that both political parties, or three political parties, whatever, how much parties there are in Jamaica, they must come together and agree on certain and come to a consensus on certain things that must continue when one leap forward to exist. And let me put one example: infrastructure development.
Mm.
They must agree and continue when what one left off to continue improve on that. 2, crime. Whatever things that have been made built on, export coming should continue building on that. 3, whatever good policies, right? Whatever good policies that the prior party, whether the PNP or JP had, they should come and build on that. And then the party in power should not bring their own creative ideas and bring new policies and programs to meet the people. And right now, Jamaica real issue is our social ills, you know. So therefore, we need more social welfare programs to help out the most vulnerable in our society.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one of the biggest things I want to talk about is that our education system sucks. I'm going to keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
Our education system is producing peer criminals. How kids can leave kids from high school can read and write. And then the ministers come and talk about passes, grade 1 improvement in maths, English. No, it doesn't make sense. Your population education, how much kids on average who have taken the cabinet exams pass 5 subjects? Those are things we must talk about. You asked a question earlier about 60% of the electorate not voting.
Mm-hmm.
We need to know why they're not voting. The question should be asked: is that 60%?
Well,
really 60%?
First of all, right? Yeah.
There are a lot of questions that are unanswered. Go ahead.
Yeah. Not 60% of the population, you know. 60% of the electorate. Yeah. And the numbers there will be different. So from a population of 2.5 million, I would say anywhere between 40% of that 2.5 million should be of eligible voter age. I mean, they're over 21 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
But the question is, when you have go ahead.
Right. Yeah. So the numbers are staggering when you consider the absentee voter. 60% have no interest in the affairs of state. Yeah, that's troubling. That's troubling.
More than troubling. And I mean, I become a 5 group. One of my media friends, you know, I talked about the 60%, and someone was saying maybe that needs that 60% they need to clear up their whole system and talk about it. Voters this. What they're saying is 60%. That's not correct.
Yeah.
And this is where I have an issue with how we operate in Jamaica. There's no futuristic thinking from the leaders. You understand? I call for the firing of the ECAJ director. People say, why won't I fire the man?
I saw
one couple of things. I said, one, if you can't give water to them stamp in a rain and sun, or if you vote. 2, You can't no bottleneck at the PDs, polling divisions, or polling
One,
stations where people can't the crowd overcrowding. After we're not in this, in an African country, where people were suffering and dying from malnutrition and all them things. That's the Jamaica.
right.
We have grown as an electorate. So we must move with the times.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm still trying to figure it out because at the end of the day, who are those 60%? Is it the more affluent, the more well-to-do
Papa and Irish friend them.
that one way or the other, their bread is buttered, they're set,
Right.
That kind of thing, or is it voter apathy, as we call it,
right?
Where don't care who you vote for, it doesn't seem to get better over every 5 years.
Right.
And could it be that number rests in the more rural of Jamaica, where we know that no water, potable water don't run there. There's no light, in key areas. Roads haven't been touched or attended to in 50 years, kind of thing.
Right.
And so, I would love to get a sense of where that 60% absentee is, what the age group, the demographic, the socio economic standings of that, because those numbers can be had.
And yes, and listen, it's not rocket science because they can go. I'm here to see a political party.
Any well-thinking politician, any well-thinking prime minister will sit with his inner circle of the cabinet and get to that situation.
Well, bro, God has been there for 9 years and going for another 4 more years.
Because believe you me, a 4 or 5 seat majority, as big as it is in the political scheme of things, it's not a overwhelming mandate.
Correct.
The country is split down the middle.
Correct. And so, if any political, maybe Mark, you can talk to the Prime Minister, bro, we find out that 60% for us and give us some number why 60% is high, because we still need to know why majority electorate, how the electoral system is clean up, because that is serious numbers.
Yes, that's serious numbers.
And why I'm saying serious to really look at now, because this number come from 2020. It was 30% in 2020 when COVID was going on, and it come back to just 1% in movement to 39. That's not good. That's just not good, and that's why I called for the director of ECG to be fired. Because once again, he's making excuses which no director of leadership for no organization can give. He has to produce. And that's why I said that there's a big vacuum in terms of leadership. But we don't want to, because say, Aubrey, at 10:26 already.
When I saw a report from the ECJ office that there's 120,000 voter ID cards sitting in their offices across the island for upwards of 10 years.
Wow. 10 years?
I know something was wrong. Yeah.
Something is wrong. Because some people dead and gone, some of them migrate, whatever reason.
And absolutely my point. And so when you're going to say that you'll be allowed to vote without your voter ID card, you'll be given some questions and to verify your identity. If you come to the polling station without your ID card, I took offense to that. But yeah, in my little space, and my political science 101 learning, I let it be. But those are not good optics for a country that is moving on and up politically, socio-politically. I don't think so.
Well, I'm going to add to that because we had a big debate in our chat group on 85. Pick up 85 crew. And I said that it's time. I don't understand why people can't be allowed to vote with their driver's license and a passport. That's it. It's simple. Why you give them a voter's ID separate? They will tell you a vote. They come with TRN number. They might come with NIS ID. They will come with. Listen, the voting population. You should be able to use 2 IDs, your passport, or your driver's license. That's it. Because for once your name is on live, whether you want to live at Timbuktu or Harry, your name will fall on a polling division. Wherever you live. And if you go there, you have to produce an authentic passport or driver's license.
Yes.
No, when you produce those two, that into Jamaican creative, because that's why them give a voter's ID different. Maybe I'm suspecting.
Gotcha.
But when you have certain incremental things in that, there's no one that can breach it. Because when you scan and run that ID to the system, you can verify.
Yeah, that
You're able to verify.
That you are who you are.
You're who you are because you're in that big database where you put the things in. And so I take offense to it, and I can't say our country they call Jamaica a developing nation and our 2030 vision. But my thing, if they cannot put if they cannot put something in place, a proper system where you can use the passport and driver's license only the vote, and you give people it makes no sense because once again, 120,000 voters ID sitting there over 10 years is joke. It's an embarrassing thing. Come with a passport or a valid driver's license, encrypted. So when you go to boom and scan it, boom, through the system, run through a machine, boom, it pops up, you need a picture come up with it. It's simple.
Yeah. What it speaks to is a system that needs some overall or some auditing before the next elections.
I wish them luck on that. I wish them luck because with all the thinking of leadership there, expert ACJ is and the politician thinking with the political oppression and behavior suppression and all that. I don't know if that can change.
Yeah. The last thing you want to hear is that people wanted to vote and were not allowed to because of sinister or overt situations. That is not good. That is not good at all.
Correct. And then even voting, I heard a lot of people came down from the United States of America. With green card holders came down and went and fought. And Dean Jackson, Miss Miller, she added that's another illegal thing to do. Yeah, because the law states that you are supposed to be in the country a certain amount of time before you can vote.
Yeah.
So if you come down 3 days before the election and you go vote, it's illegal.
It's illegal. It's illegal.
They may have 200, 300, 400 people might not make a difference, but remember, one vote, one man always count.
Yes.
And this is
I took offense to that.
Dr. Chan said, it doesn't make a difference. Yes, Dr. Chan, it makes a difference. One man vote make a difference for constituency. And we found that out in Central Kingston. Where let's talk about that because we don't want to spend more time about in Central Kingston, the former policeman won by 12 votes. 12 votes with the count.
My word.
12 votes. And I said to my wife, I'm going to go back to a recount. I go manage a recount. And when you go back to the magistrate, when you go back to the count, the man win by over 183 votes. I know 89 votes to be asked. My bad, my apologies, my viewers. He won by 89 votes. And these are the things that I say that Jamaica needs to clean up.
Understand.
They need to understand that a one man, one vote is very important.
It is.
And until they get that correct, then me and politicians will understand that, listen, we have to change the operation in the ECJ. We have to put more technology. We make sure them clean the voters list. We want to make sure them bring machines that can count the vote, and then so you can count each vote by the ballot box. So ballot box 101, right? You just scan that through. If you don't want the ballot box syndrome, you go so boom, you just make the person who vote scan them thing through, and I'm gone, get something and gone, that's it.
My goodness.
So,
Yeah.
Albert, a lot of things, you know, we look at and we see from a distance. I'll call myself an observer, person like yourself. That I see there's so much things that Jamaica needs to change in terms of how they do the election. I want to talk about Brogard. I mean, you know, what you say about the incumbent Prime Minister, he'll be back in office with his team. What are your views? What advice would you give to Brogard and his team? Maybe you might be listening, or maybe not listening, you know, but you know, maybe Mark can relay the message for me. Yeah.
I think next Tuesday is a swearing in ceremony.
Yeah, the 16th, yes.
When he will respond to the question from the Governor General, who is representing the Queen, or now the King of England.
The King, not
you know,
Queen no more. The
King of England. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I just want the politicians to understand that they're there to serve. They are being entrusted with the government's purse.
Right.
They cannot become red-eyed. They cannot become selfish and self-centered.
Right.
How do you take 300% increase in anything for yourself, but you can't give 10% to the persons who are the guardians of democracy? It flies in the face of reality.
Right. They'll call it reform. Public sector reform. Our transformation.
Yeah. It really forces a different mindset among youngsters when you leave school after 5 years and you can't get meaningful employment.
Well, it is the one of the achievements I say the JLP, which was a master stroke.
And what
is 3%, and must be full employment.
Yeah.
And so in this promise in the manifesto, he said that he's planning double the minimum wage. So people will want to move away from the hustling and move that job.
And
so
I want
to get more productive.
I want to let him. Yeah, I want to let him know, as Prime Minister, as the leader of the government, because remember now that government is not just the ruling, the winning party. You know, it's a 63. It's a 63 all inclusive situation.
Big party, yeah.
Yeah. He has to make sure that the promises that he campaigned on are fulfilled and realized within a 12 or 16 or 24 months. Full stop. Because if that's not the case, the people need to understand that they have the wherewithal to clean house before the constitutionally due next election 2030.
Right. And so listen, I'm not sure it's going. I like your idea, your whole thing about 24 months and now. It's not going to be possible with all the promises he made, or the party made. Because you know government work at Jamaica. Too much bureaucracy, too much red tape, and the people's welfare and needs always take a good while.
Well, 10 years going on 15, and if you need more than that, I will be the first to vote against the bill.
Well, that's fine. But the reality of the situation is what I find difficult with government promises and deliverables is that one, there's no mutual cooperation between the government and opposition on certain things. Because, well, like I said, if they agree on certain things, like infrastructure development, crime, and transportation, if they agree on certain things, the economy will go faster and will grow. But within our politics, they love the one man of ship or whatever, the dance ship or one person do this and all that. And that's where one-upmanship. And that's where I don't know if Brogard can able to do that, get the cooperation, because even with Jamaica moving to a republic, right, the opposition is in disagreement. The opposition wanted the government of the day to go to just say, okay, let the Caribbean Court of Justice be the final court of justice. The bro God said, no, let the people go to a referendum because there are some people who want the Caribbean go to justice and some people who want a privy council. Let the people decide. That's all he's saying. And so there's a stalemate right now. The part opposition is not participating in the Constitution Reform Committee. And that's a joke. And that's how our things are left behind. That's how our people keep in frigging political oppression. That's how our people can't get our independence and move away from the monarchy or the king.
Yeah.
How much more should our people face? How much more suppression, oppression, division, divide and conquer? Tell me, Army, tell me.
How long shall they kill our prophets?
While we stand aside and look.
Yeah.
How long?
Yeah. I know the Jamaican people deserve better. It is within the elected officials to understand the trust that they're given through the ballot box.
Yes.
To change and chart a course, to use the JLP's word, towards prosperity.
Right.
They were given another 5-year term, and believe you me, there will be more they'll be held more accountable this time, because they are in unprecedented waters, uncharted waters. Three terms under one leader. They're in uncharted waters, so they better deliver, because that's what the message from the ballot box is saying. You need to deliver, otherwise
you're out.
Yeah.
There's no choice for Brogard right now and his team.
Yeah.
There's no choice. Right now, he's back and his team is against the wall. And that's why when, some of the MPs returned, like Mona Crawford, Juliet Cuthbert, Juliet Holness, they came back because what? They work in their constituency. The only person that lost the seat, which I was surprised at, is Anne-Marie Val. Got action and she work. But what Andrew's saying to the people, that they and the constituency, you have to work for the people. You have to deliver to the people. You have to listen to the people.
Yeah.
You cannot just go in politics and put a top on our suit, just up nice and in a nice skirt and shirt and a nice and go in a parliament sit down. You have to put that on the ground.
Yeah.
You have to underground with the people. You have to walk with the people. You have to talk with the people. You have to listen to the people. And the more important, you have to deliver to the people. And that is just, it's just my move. Big up yourself, Dexter. Wait, Dexter, the fixing road. That's my best friend having a big. Oh boy, Dexter, you got to talk to the MP down here on a Walton Park. Well, Peter Village was a new MP down there. But Aubrey, the thing is this: we have to understand that Brogard and his team will have to work on behalf of the people. And he has to be the prime minister for all people, whether PMP or GLP or no P. And that's just the reality, because once again, in this term, in order to cement his legacy even further, he will have to make sure he deliver. As him saying in his speech, in Vicky's speech, he must make sure prosperity reaches the people, them doorsteps, boss. And that's just the reality.
Yeah. I'm hoping against hope that the next 12 months, 24 months will see some level of justification by the electorate in giving this administration a third consecutive term, because I would hate to know that that in 24 months from now that there are any major second guessing of the events of September 3, and so it is important that the incoming administration understands that 35-28 means that the mandate has the love has to be shared almost equally. So don't go there to govern for just those who wear the political colors on their sleeves. Govern for the entire Jamaica. Be the government for the entire Jamaica, because that's what it's really asking you for.
Correct. And
the fact that 60% didn't make a decision, right. It means that they want to see where you are and how you understand what inclusivity means.
Correct.
That yeah.
And so you said 24 months to give them to see what if the choice was right in terms of JP. Main thing was choose Jamaica. 24 months, yes, I would say 24. I would add that to 24 months is fine, because 24 one day in politics is like 2 years, and so 24 months I would agree with that. We should take this new administration to see if they will
let's understand
bring prosperity to the people door.
Right, and let's understand that there should be minimal disruption.
Correct.
Move, because you are who you are.
Correct.
So
correct.
Yeah.
And you have your program already started already, so you need not to expand and move quickly with a level of accountability and deliver to the people. The Spark program. Come, we need Bedford Road. That's the way to fix. we need Bedford Road and Tri-Bridge to fix, And we need the people that will get more jobs. We need the minimum wage to move. Although they can't move it to 32,000 quickly, it will be in incremental stage, which is fine. We need to make sure
we need this Tailwind month to be able to fix too.
Yes, we need to come at Tracks Club to big Cameron and go stadium.
But there you go.
We need regular boys that are doing well, back-to-back victory. We need to make sure that go stadium for
that's another conversation. But yeah.
So they have their hands full.
Absolutely.
And they have the other thing to deliver. And so in this term, I can get Beauregard and the minister will be on a more microscope more. Because one, I would say they campaign undeliverable. They continue what they achieve. Two, they have new mandates that they set in their manifesto that they want to deliver in their second term. And so any opposition or any people on the fence, we call it neutral person, we were watching if they really can deliver what they're saying for the second term. Because once again, I can guarantee you, and you can guarantee that if they deliver in this third term, I'm sure that they will be voted out. That's for sure. And so my mandate, Beauregard, is to make sure you deliver on what you say you're going to deliver, on your promises. I don't want to promise. I'm going to say on a manifesto, you outline what it is that you want to do. Make sure you deliver. I'm not talking promises right now. Promises are comfort to the fools.
And we don't want to go there. We don't want to go there.
No. No.
Because fools did not vote on September 3rd.
No fool voted on September 3rd. That's for sure.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So do the work, expand the economy, keep building houses, keep expanding unemployment, keep providing jobs for the young ones. Make sure the young generation have a proper education. Make sure the masses are feeling prosperity at their doors. That's all I'm saying. I know the PNP, for the PNP, in closing, I think Mark Gowley will have to resign and a new leadership will take place. The PNP will have to change gear in terms of how they're thinking, what the message is, what they're going to bring new and different ideas to the table. The PNP have to do their work, study, get to the most important thing and make sure they can deal with it. That's all. What is your closing remarks, my brother?
You know, Sean, Jamaicans have spoken,
Mm.
and the will of the people, the majority, must be respected.
Right.
I take note of the maturity of the electorate,
Right.
while noting, of course, that the deep division,
Mhm.
the political polarization, is evident
Right.
across the island.
Yeah.
The numbers don't
Right.
lie. You know, a 4 or 5 seat majority,
Right.
while it's very decisive,
Right.
must be viewed by students
Right.
of politics
Right.
uh, as a clamoring that there is quite a bit of middle ground still to cover.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
those who did not vote, those who stayed away, who are they? They will need to find a way to see what's on their minds. Those who form the next government. Yes, those who did not vote, some 60% of the electorate, I'm sure they love Jamaica, but do they want more from those who are guarding the Constitution? Is it why they stayed away? Is that how they message those who are coming into office? Huh? Those who are the members of our parliament, huh? They need to understand. Go and find from within these numbers those missing answers to the many questions. 10 years. Here is where I have a problem.
Mhm.
10 years of one direction. 10 years of one-dimensional leadership
Mhm.
is enough. I am in full 100% support of
Mhm.
term limits. If not,
Right.
if not for the political party,
Mhm.
but the leader of the political party.
Right.
I am of the view
Mhm.
that whomever step in
Right.
should at least be able to perform better than
Right.
equal to or better than his predecessor.
Right.
That is my view.
Mhm.
What's most interesting is that is what does the result say though
Mhm.
about the cancer of corruption
Mhm.
which has taken over mind and body in
Mhm.
Jamaica,
Right.
as well as attempts
Mhm.
to circumvent the rule of law as
Mhm.
it relates to the integrity of those entrusted with the national purse, those who are entrusted with the wallet of the
Mhm.
nation. Yeah,
Mhm. Yes.
whichever you prefer, kind of thing. Now,
Yeah.
Jamaica and Jamaicans deserve better from those who are elected to govern the affairs of state, those who swear to uphold the laws of the land
Mhm.
enshrined in our Constitution. There are good signs on the horizon,
Mhm.
and there is hope that those who voted in the majority got it right this time after trying so many times since 1962. In such a small state and in such a small space, the laws must be interpreted the same way, and justice must be fair, not seem to be fair, and favoring the wealthy. The new government must deliver on its promise, not next year or the year after, but now, capital NOW. And so I take heart in the fact that Jamaicans chose, they decided, they exercised the right. It is now for those who are entrusted to govern, go out and do the right thing. Thank you, sir.
My brother, I applaud you. Those words I see come from straight from the heart as a Jamaican. You have put those words on my perspective with alacrity, with authenticity, and with love. And I really hope that this message, wherever it goes, it transcends to the government of the day. And, you know, I won't even add anything to that. I always leave those words, those thoughts, to soak into my viewers. And I hope that they will be able to spread those words that you have just shared from your heart and mind and soul to the rest of our Jamaican population and the politicians. Because, my brother, Jamaica continues to need a renewal.
Absolutely.
A renewal in faith, a renewal in governance, a renewal in justice. So I thank you once again,
yes, sir,
for coming apart and give your perspective and recap of the Jamaica elections.
My pleasure, sir.
And as we say, we will continue on our own journeys, our journey together.
Yes, sir.
And to my viewers, as we said earlier on the show, that we are looking to create something new, something fresh.
It says together stronger.
Together strong.
Yes, sir.
Together stronger.
Yes, sir.
And I believe that we will get stronger. All can get stronger.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And God bless you, my brother.
The pleasure.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
all my viewers, Mark, Toot, Dexton, I should say Courtney, who have joined me for another episode of My Perspective. I hope you have all enjoyed this episode of My Perspective. And I say once again, thank you all for joining. And see you all next week, Wednesday, for another episode of My Perspective. I'm Sean Falcon, your host, and my co-host tonight was Arby Campbell. And I say thank you again, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you. Good night.
Good night.